when you look at specific examples of what we're talking about here, the best example over the last 5 to 10 years is probably Netflix. I think everybody watching this video is probably a Netflix subscriber or has thought about being a Netflix subscriber, and they've all enjoyed what's been on there. So it's been reasonably obvious over a long time frame that over-the-top video, would take share from free-to-air TV. I.e. the disruption that comes from being able to stream TV would ultimately kill free-to-air TV, or would at least take a big chunk of its share. The second thing that became clear over time is that, there would only be a handful of potential winners here. It'd be Netflix or Disney Plus or, Stan, etc. And the last thing that would be clear is that it's a huge total addressable market. You could effectively sell this to every person on the planet. But the problem everyone couldn't get their head around was the multiple. The multiple for the company was very high. It was loss-making, it was cash flow negative, etc. But from our point of view, that's Netflix doing the right thing. We know there's only going to be a handful of winners. Every person you speak to is really only going to subscribe to 3 or 4 streaming services at the most. And so Netflix needs to spend to win because it needs to make sure it's one of those 3 or 4 winners. And so when we valued Netflix, this is a slide we actually produced all the way back in 2018. And all we pointed out here is that if there were 1.3 billion broadband connected homes in the world, how many would Netflix get by 2027? Not by 2021, but by 2027. It was 10 years out at the time. We did this slide, as I said, back in 2018. And we hypothesized it could be 400 million subscribers, 300 million subscribers, or 200 million subscribers. And in each scenario, we came up with a valuation. And at the time, they had less than 100 million subscribers. Fast forward to today, and Netflix is still very much, despite all the competition and despite everything that's been thrown at them over the last 2.5 years, they're very much tracking towards our bull case. They're tracking very much towards that 400 million subscribers and that $17.50 a month subscription rate. And so from that point of view, the EV of the company has actually doubled in that time frame, but still on track for our longer term valuation. And obviously they don't all turn out this way, but the key is to think about what's possible. Think about the one who could disrupt, think about the fact that Netflix could win, and then just really think about that valuation on a longer term time horizon. And then most importantly, track that they executed over that time frame. And that's really the way that we like to think about it.